Teacher, this is Alexander Benavides, and I'm a university professor. I've been teaching here at this university for almost 3 years now, and I truly enjoy what I do. Precisely one of my passions is learning new languages, and I'm very excited to improve my fluency in English. So the activity that was assigned asked us to choose one of the topics. So I decided to talk about planning activities and spontaneity. You asked us to present some arguments in favor of either planning activities or spontaneity. However, I believe that both approaches are valuable. So instead of choosing one, I decided to highlight the advantages of both. Because, in my opinion, finding the right balance between planning and spontaneity is essential for leading a fulfilling life. I'd like to share with you why I think both approaches are important and how they can complement each other to help us to kind of navigate the life's uncertainties. So I want to start by considering the value of planning. As a professor, I know how important it is to have a structured roadmap. For example, when preparing my classes, I carefully outline the content and the goals for each class. It might seem like a time-consuming activity, but it really ensures that my students stay engaged and that the objective learning objectives, are met. But planning is not only for work; it applies to life too. Let's talk about personal finance, for example. By setting realistic budgets, we can save for important things like vacations or emergencies. For example, planning our monthly expenses can help us to avoid unnecessary stress and foster our financial stability. But planning also gives us a sense of control. For instance, planning or preparing a major life event like buying a house. It's a long-term investment that requires thoughtful preparation, but the result often brings a deep sense of accomplishment. Um, um, the thing about planning is it's that it's not practical, but it's also kind of enjoyable. It's an engaging process that allows us clarify what matters most. For example, preparing or planning a big familiar reunion or a professional project requires outlining priorities that ensures that everything goes smoothly. Additionally, it allows us to create a proactive mindset, helping us to take charge of our lives and avoid potential pitfalls. But the thing is, life is not always predictable, and that's where spontaneity comes into play. As planning has its place, all we know that those um, last minute decisions or even impulsive decisions can sometimes lead to an unforgettable moments. For example, accepting an invitation to an unplanned trip or dinner with friends could be a great thing. Such spontaneous actions could lead to remarkable experiences. I'll tell you a quick story. Sorry, it's a true story about me. At the time of the pandemic, my wife and I decided completely out of the blue to visit a nearby town in Boyacá we'd never to before. We then decided to stay and live there until the pandemic was over. We didn't think much of it at first, but it really turned out to be a life-changing process. We met some incredible people there who later uh, become are very close friends. But the thing is that um, we have to be careful too, uh, because those last minute decisions or impulsive decisions can derail our goals. Let's say I spent all my savings on an unplanned purchase. At first, it might feel amazing, but it could really seriously affect my financial stability. So the key here is balance. To wrap things up, in my experience, the key is to embrace both approaches. Planning is um, important for preparing for the future, while spontaneity brings a lot of flexibility and excitement to our routines. So I think that's it. Thanks.